Ah, panic over. We're all sorted. My stepbrother Doofus, he's been through a traumatic time, but it's sorted. Sorted him. He's that's strong. He's been through a traumatic time. But yeah, my mum come up with a brilliant idea. So we went with my mum's idea and it sorted everything out. Right, just done that. So everything's happy again. We're all sorted. What's happened is that Doofus, he's lost his, just mixing some colour, he's lost his worm because a bod has flown down. A bod's flown down and grabbed Doofus's worm. Doofus is my stepbrother, who's got a pet worm. Bod's flown down and grabbed it. So Doofus wasn't very happy. Well, they were devastated. But my mum come up with the idea, why don't we just get another worm out at garden and pop him back. So that is exactly what we did. Now, Doofus, my stepbrother, is over the moon. Because what we've told him, we've said, we've got a worm out garden, popped it back. We've told Doofus that the bird has bolted it back. So Doofus is well happy now, buzzing. So if Doofus is happy, then I'm happy. So it's cheered me up as well. That's all looking a bit one coloury, so I'll try and get some different colours into that. Needs a bit of something else in there. Yeah, so if Doofus is happy, then I'm happy. And Doofus is ecstatic to have his little bod back. So that's brilliant. Brilliant news. Doofus is back happy again. He's got his bod back. And he says to me yesterday, "Oh, can you..." His bod back, his worm back, I mean. He says to me yesterday, "Can you come and help me take down the lost worm posters?" So I thought he'd put them up all over the village, but it did turn out he'd only put one in the bathroom, one in his bedroom, and one at bottom at garden. So it didn't take too long to get them down. Ah, there we are. Yeah, so he's got a pet worm, what he's called maggot. And basically a bod has flown down, grabbed it, he went out and played with it in the garden. The bod's flown down, grabbed it and flown off with it. So he wasn't very happy, he wasn't happy at all. Got him sent in a right mess, cried him sent to sleep and that. And so my mum come up with this idea, let's just stick another worm back in it, kept it in a little Tupperware container, let's just stick another worm back in there. Doofus will be none wiser. And it's worked. It's absolutely worked brilliant. So Doofus is happy, I'm happy, the whole world's happy. Good old Doofus. So be back out in the garden again today, playing with his worm, and he'll be happy. There's a big tree through this one. Something about there. The one that's coming out of there at an angle. Yeah, I'll do. I'll put the little branches on that in a bit. Right. Yeah, so he's gone out in the garden yesterday, and he's what we've told him. We said, "Oh, the bird says, oh, the bird's brought your worm back, Doofus, and it looks like your worms loved it. Your birds, it's getting it like a little taxi ride." Said it's just had like a little taxi ride. It's loved it. Said it's took it for a little fly round, and I want a little fly round and that, and he's had a good little time. Been enjoying himself, just all flying round and enjoying himself. So don't worry, Doofus. He's had a brilliant time. So Doofus being Doofus, he's took this to heart. He was out with his pet worm yesterday, offering it, holding it in his hand, holding it up in the air, offering it up to the birds. So he's made a little sign up saying taxi, put that out. He's running around the garden holding it up, offering it to birds now, seeing if they'll take it for another taxi ride. But I think the birds, I don't think they're going to come and take it out of his hand. I wouldn't have thought so. They're quite shy, aren't they, birds, really? So go to have Doofus. There's all this reddish stuff in here. There's a bit of yellow in it and all. I'll put a bit of yellow in it. I can do this pretty quick. It sort of comes down here like that, down there, like that. Pretty quick. Over to this reddish brown in. Oh, that's nice. A bit of this proper red in. It's quite a reddish colour. Something like that. Path's a bit bluish colour. Let's put a bit of bluish colour in for this path. Mix up a bit of blue. Let's see what that looks like. I always have a bit of test paper outside on me, just to see what stuff looks like. There we are. Little path. That's all I really do. A path. Well, I've got this colour on my brush. I'll go back in some black. Just here, there's a massive rock just there. I'm going to scrape it in, but looking at it, that looks quite nice like that, doesn't it? And there's another one there. Like that. Maybe I can scrape on top of that one. There we go. No, doesn't matter. Right. All that. Start putting a few of these greens in there. A few greens in. I tell you what. In fact, where's my little? Let's get my detailing brush. I'll show you what I'm going to do. A bit green colour. Nice. I'm going to go around the edge of this rock just with my detailing brush. Look. Get the edge of that rock there. That's it. And then by doing that, look, it then just gives me room so I can then come in with this one. Like putting blobs all into there. There we are. Perfect. Yeah, so Doofus made a little taxi sign. He's been out in the garden offering his worm up for the bods and that, and just generally being Doofus. You know what he's like. If you've never watched before, like I say, Doofus is my stepbrother, and he gets up to all sorts of stuff. But he keeps life interesting. Just filling in, look, with bits of green. Look how spiky it. Can you see that? That's my brush. It's all spiky. All that end's battered in because it's quite dry. That's what you use it like that for painting bushes and stuff. This brush will do everything. tiny bit more water. Let's have a look over here. See there, I've looked at that bit there, look, it's a tiny bit too wet. So I've just dabbed it. Don't know if you can see as well, just a little thing. I've penciled in a line across there. Well no, actually that looks like it's rocks there, so I probably will put that in, but I've not used that line because that line worked better for me for the grasses, but actually I think there's some rocks there, so I'll put them in a minute. Right, slightly more a creamy colour. I'll put some of that creamy colour back in. There we are. I'm adding, I've got some yellow in my palette and it's had blue in it, that sent it green, and now I'm just adding a tiny bit of red in to get that creamy yellow colour rather than just a bright yellow. And now I'm just going to add a bit of my tube green in there. Was a lot of different tube greens all blobbed into one big blob. I got on getting me, and they were drying up in tube. What's that? Just dot a few of them greens about. A few coming out of that bit there, a few coming in to that bit there. Try and blend it all in a bit. That's that. I think I'm going to stick in. Just wash my brush. Let's get a couple more of them rocks back in. Mainly just Payne's Grey. I'll put a bit of blue in it this time because it's a bit further back. It's just on my test bit of paper. Trying it. Hopefully that's better. And then I'll just come in there and pop. Let's try that brush. Pop that in like that. Well, just to blend them rocks in. And if I can. There we are. Random rocks. I'm going to get my detailing brush. And just come in between a few of them, I think. Yeah, that looks nice, I think. Between a few of them and all. A few low lights. You get highlights, you get low lights there. In fact, looking at it, let's just make sure I bring a few out like that. It's not really like that on my painting, but it's like saying my painting's there to help me, it's not there to restrict me. Well, that'll do. Right, so we're about done on that. Now then, let's wash my brush. I need a cliff. Like a little cliff in. Now this cliff is far back and it's faint. And that looks perfect. Where's my line? Comes down to I can only just see my waterline. About there. Yeah, what sort of made me smile with Doofus, he's made a little taxi sign. So he's been holding his worm up in the air to the birds and wafting this taxi sign around because he wants the birds to take his new worm, although he don't know it's a new worm. There's no way he's ever going to find out. We'll just switch worms. So I can't think of a possible way how he could find out. But yeah, so he's been a sip of coffee, been wafting his new worm about, offering it up to birds, and he's made a little taxi sign. What made me smile a little bit. Right, bit of tissue, and I think I'm just gonna mist that bottom bit there. It just mists it a little bit. See that? Just makes it look far away when you do that. See, that looks like a mist. Nice. Right, then I've not washed my brush. Just come into a bit of really, really watery cerulean blue. I think I need it more watery. Dip straight into some water. That, more water. In fact, that's too strong. It's too strong. All you do, yeah, a little dip like that, look. Well, a little dip, a little dab. Dab with that. Job's good one. Back in. Same again. I like that roughness of it, but it's too strong. So rather than water it down, get a little dab with that. Oh, look at that's worked lovely. I can put any bits back in if I want any stronger bits. There, it's going. It is actually getting a bit stronger as it comes forward, but still probably not that strong. So what I might do now, I might just dry this brush rather than dab it. So I just dried that brush on my tea towel and just dab a few colours out with a dry brush to fade it back a tiny little bit. I don't want fading back too much now. But I'm going to give it a tiny little dab with that one. Just there we are. Oh, lovely. That line there looks a bit not quite straight. If you do your own, make your line straight. That looks like it's going up in air a little bit. So I'll tell you what I'll do, I'll dab that a lot so it stands out a bit less. But try and get your own straight. If you do something like that, don't worry about it, but try and always get it straight if you can. Right, I think. Oh, I'll tell you what I wanted. I just wanted a bit of. See if I can do it. Some paper to do this with. Just dabbing it on some paper. My ends broke up. I just wanted a little bit of stuff there, look. And that's just to represent some little tiny twigs on the end of that tree there. That's all there is. In fact, if I get my tiny little detailing brush, paint on that. Right, and just do. I put my finger straight in my paint. What's still wet? I should have known that was still wet. Just do a few little twigs with that and all, perhaps. Oh, just a couple of little twigs with that, look. There we are. Couple of little twigs. That looks alright, doesn't it? Just giving it that impression that there. Don't know why I've gone silent. My concentration. Yeah, a bit coming off there like that. There we are. There. A few little bits coming off there. I could dab in a few more bits. What have I got on this brush? Some more yellow on here. So I've got some quite thick paint now, some yellows. Just strengthen up a little bit in places. There we are. I think we're about done. Give it a quick dry. Dried that so I can get in my two bods, Peter and Paul. Maybe they'll maybe it's Peter and Paul will come along and take Doofus's bod for a little. Take Doofus's bird out, worm out. That's a bod. Take Doofus's worm out for a little ride, and Doofus will be even more happy. Let's pop in. Where's a nice dry bit? Just let's pop it there. Now, there, where? I'll go there. Bye, Bertie D. There we are. And jobs are good 'un. Thank you very much. There, that's it. Little sketch, quite simples. Bit of sea, bit of stuff. Doofus is happy. I'm happy. Hopefully things in life will stay a bit more stable for a bit now. And there'll be no more dramas, at least for a few days. Hopefully. Wish me luck. City on beach.